Well, hello. Welcome to our first ever podcast. We're going to be talking about everything that we want to be talking about. You know, we're a couple local boys from Park Ridge, New Jersey, all the way up top. And we love sports, and there's just no question about it. So, hope that you're here to hear our takes and what we believe is going on in the sports world.
Not only our takes, we'll literally just be talking about, some sports takes, mostly sports world, but, we'll bounce around a little bit if we start going off on a tangent. It'll always be sports related, but you'll also probably hear some good stories here and there.
For sure.
Just hopefully by the time that we post this, hopefully it's not a million years later like our last one was, which is still in the works. That one's probably in the incinerator. That's all I'm honest with you. Dead may never die, so we're back. We have a better setup. We have a microphone this time. We're not using
and a tripod
and a camera and everything. We're not using
we have a laptop. We're the real deal.
2 laptops actually. Can you even see mine? You can see mine.
We're balling on a budget right
exactly now. As we are shooting inside my shed that I just removed everything out of, as had to take out some took out two snow blowers that don't even work. Still got a rug in here. For any Crazy Bone fans back in the day in elementary school, I got a Crazy Bone rug.
Oh yeah.
That sucker I probably got in first grade, and I honestly didn't even know it was here until I was just cleaning everything out.
Yeah, and we got a chalkboard that we might use eventually. It's a little heavy. We don't know how to hang it.
Heineken chalkboard here. It will be utilized probably come next time. This has honestly all been on the fly, and we're kind of just trying to figure out our way. It was probably just important to get it started and get it rolling.
Yeah, I got to rip that Band-Aid off.
Got to pop the top. Pop the top. It's honestly, it's kind of been like a double rim, us getting started.
Oh, yeah.
Just like you think that we're going to get going, and then, we start shooting in July, and then we're filming a podcast on Apple headphones in the middle of a fucking monsoon. So that doesn't really work so well, as we know. Especially when, it's just you're reaching and you're passing, it just doesn't work. But now we're back, and, instead of a long epilogue, we'll get going and talk about probably everybody's, favorite New York team that probably has, the most heartbreaking history of any other New York team. The New York Mets, which,
Big Mets fan here. Yeah, so I'm a big Mets fan. From over here is a Yankees fan. But we just love local sports. Almost all of our favorite sports teams are local. We're both Rutgers boys. We go to school in Jersey. We were born and raised right here in the Garden State. It's gonna be a good time. I'm glad to be talking about my favorite sports. But I think first things first, even though we're gonna dedicate this podcast specifically to baseball, we should probably talk about hockey. The two of us are big Devils fans, very big Devils fans, and obviously, I think it was a day or two ago there was a huge trade where Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zajac were sent over to the Islanders for prospects and picks. A little bittersweet, Zajac played every single game of his career on the Devils. And, Palmieri, he's been here for a while. Palmieri's a local boy. He's from the town right next to us. That's where he's from. So it's sad to see him go, but at the same time, we're just going to talk about what we feel was the wins and the losses in this trade. Specifically.
Yeah, I just probably I'm definitely a bigger Devils fan than anything else. I love the Yankees, but I would definitely say I'm a bigger Devils fan than anything. So, I've been able to enjoy some pretty low years. Same with him. And
I've only known the low years.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I can't stand. I hate, honestly, all fans to begin with. I just think that, for everybody out there listening that's a New York fan or, living in Jersey or even in New York, whatever team you root for, honestly, you're probably an idiot, if all honesty, when it comes. If you're an online Twitter person, like if you're always on Twitter, I probably can't stand you because
Fuck everyone but us at this point.
just like people with just that makes sense. Like I saw so many people bashing this Palmieri Zajac trade to the Islanders, and it's just like, why do you care about hanging on to two guys that are, Palmieri's good. He was always good on the Devils. I always liked Kyle Palmieri. I really did. But he was having his worst year here. So the fact that we got a first-round pick for him, you can complain all you want, like, oh, rebuild this, rebuild that. And yeah, I think everybody's goddamn tired of rebuilding because every single team besides the Yankees and the Mets in basically, the tri-state area is rebuilding. You know what? Fuck the Rangers. They're, whatever, cheating rebuilding. I don't really give a shit about them. But, I can't stand the fact that... And then people are crying over Travis Zajac. Like, get it. He was here 15 years, like, good guy.
I was honestly surprised that he was in that trade. To be
I know. I didn't even know who you were talking about.
I didn't expect it. A funny story, actually. I called... Derek and I are currently looking for a housing situation at Rutgers for next semester. And I called him, and I said, hey, the old man's gone. And he didn't really understand what I was talking about. He thought I was talking about someone that was living with us. So he was like, who's that? And I was like, Zajac. And he's like, who's that? So I thought he was joking around, and I thought he was just saying, like, yeah, whatever. Who's Travis Zajac? He's gone. We don't know him anymore. And then about 30 seconds later, he had that Apple, like, loading icon over his head, and then he was like, wait, Travis Zajac just got traded to the Islanders?
Yeah, I was in the kitchen. I was talking to my mom. I was, cooking up some, Easter leftovers. Always got to take advantage of those. So the only thing, my mind's on is just eating steak and mashed potatoes. And then I get in there and I see that Tyler called me. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll give him a call back. And I'm like, yo, what's up? Because I knew he was down in Rutgers. So I'm like, oh, he's going to talk to me about, the living situation. And I was like, yo, what's up? And he's like, yeah, Zajac's gone. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I thought we were only living with 6 people. Where the hell are we getting the other guy from? And he's like, Zajac? And then I saw the update on my phone. I'm like, holy shit, that old fuck, they got something for him. So, he was there for 15 years. Good devil this, good devil that.
It's way past his prime.
Probably had, the offensive ability of, like, I don't know, me and Tyler, who were literally just learning how to play hockey.
Yeah,
being honest with you.
I've skated 3 times in the past maybe 15 years. So.
Exactly. So, he's great defensively, but he was a part of, a losing culture, and you need to get out that losing culture. And, so you know what? Like, everybody's like, oh, the Islanders robbed the Devils. It's like, yeah, go have fun with Mr. Harry Kyle Palmieri, who has, like, 7 goals. And
he shaved his beard, too. It was crazy.
He has to.
I know.
But,
it was crazy to see that.
Yeah. And then Travis, I can't believe they even got a pick for him. So, you know what? Like, I'll take it. Maybe the Devils will work with something. Maybe, they'll get something going. Trade up for, good old Lukey Hughes. We could always bring on the Hugheses. Maybe get Quinn going. And got everybody else in there.
Quinn, if you're listening, please. I beg you. Please come over.
We need more defensive guys. Yeah, Lukey's a big boy, so he's like 6'3". So we need him. Jack's even bigger than Quinn, so he does not help out the situation. We need big boys on defense because I think our biggest guy is Dmitry Kulikov, so...
But, like, when it comes down to the deal, like, what the biggest part of the whole thing is you got to realize Travis Zajac most likely would probably retire after this year, if not maybe go one more year. And then you have Kyle Palmieri, who's on a contract year.
Yeah, both of them are on
both of them are on contract year. So you're losing them for nothing or you're getting rid of them for something. It's like a garage sale. I mean, you're going to throw that shit out anyway. You might as well get something for it at that point.
Especially, you're not going to make the playoffs. So, the fact, and you were not... It came out, there were multiple reports, that the Devils were not going to get anything higher than a second for Kyle. Like, over and over and over again. They talked about, no, they're not going to get a second. And the only people that were talking to were, like, Boston, Toronto, and the Islanders. And, Toronto, he doesn't even want to go to Toronto because he doesn't want to go to Canada because who the fuck wants to go to Canada? I mean, why? I mean, you could stay here in Jersey, so why the hell would you even want to go to Canada to begin with? So, if they really care that much, they can sign him back next year, which they're not going to, and I don't want them to, because and this also gives a lot more opportunity for younger kids that could step into the lineup, and just, it really just helps out, because they weren't going to do anything. They got better picks than what they thought. Those prospects, they're not prospects. They're a million years old. They're going to be AHLers forever, so whatever. It was a first and a fourth for a guy that they wouldn't even have traded in Travis, and they got a fourth out of him somehow. And then, they got a first in Kyle. So, you know what? After the Blake Coleman trade last year, I was driving down to Temple. And I was driving down to Philly, and I saw that, and I was about to kill myself in the car. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, we're going to suck forever. And then I really understood that, hey, we got a first-rounder and a prospect. Like, a good prospect, too. So, like, it sucks seeing people go out the door. And Blake Coleman's a lot better than Kyle Palmieri. And, we're all alive when we survived him leaving. So I think we can get through Kyle Palmieri.
Yeah. And, to segue over into the baseball world, like, as we were talking about, like, the losing winning culture, we can move to the Mets first. It was a big deal because at the beginning of the season, or in spring training, they talked about how the Mets did that World Series celebration thing. They practiced winning the World Series. Now, as a Mets fan, of course, I'm going to sound biased here, and I'm going to say that I liked it. A lot of people had a big problem with it, and I understand. But I mean, it's just such a losing culture there. It's been a losing culture forever. Now, you're just trying to establish some kind of a winning culture there. So, you know what? Give these guys the confidence in being part of something that could be big. So, you do that World Series celebration, and you're going to get backlash because everyone's like, wow, like, you're not even that good. But, in the next few years, I can see them really being a great team. So, I think, start now. Establish a winning culture. Establish a team that expects to win. Because, when you're on a team that you're like, oh, we're probably not going to win, and when you lose, you're satisfied with it. You're okay with losing, and that's a big problem. The Mets are okay with losing, or were. Hopefully, it changes around now.
I'm always for toxic guys. Like, I love Draymond. I love Draymond Green, and everybody fucking hates Draymond Green. But I don't know. If that's behind closed doors, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm all for it. That wasn't even that big of a deal, honestly. It's like, it's for fun, Baseball is one of those, like, oh, you can't do this and that and this. And it's like, dude, grow up, you old shit. Like, let them do whatever the hell they want. I don't really care. Like, what are they going to do? They practiced a million years ago that they caught, the last fly ball in the World Series and they won. Like, awesome. That's cool. But honestly, bigger news was probably them getting Frankie, if anything. That was probably the bigger off-season headline.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, I was so excited about them getting Francisco Lindor. Such a huge piece. It's just we needed something like that on our team. Still a little bit of a slow start, but it's a big adjustment going from a place like Cleveland to New York City, where the atmosphere is just such a different world.
Cleveland's loud though. I'm telling you, like I was gonna get into this. I was gonna get into this before, but like if you want to see something that's gonna give you goosebumps, look up Francisco Lindor's grand salami against Chad Green against the Yankees in 2018. That shit was, oh my lord. I was like, oh my god, because the Yankees blew like 8-3 lead that game. And they ended up losing. Oh, Yan Gomes. Fuck Yan Gomes, by the way. Might as well throw that in there. But they ended up losing that game. But he hit a monster shot. So, Cleveland fans, I'll respect you. I don't imagine many of them listening to this.
No.
But I'll throw out some love. But, the thing that I really found interesting is the fact that, we live in the tri-state area. There's none of our buddies are really Knicks fans. But we're more of a hockey squad, I would say. It's safer to say that we're more of a hockey squad than a basketball squad. Well, basketball really just sucks in general. So if you're coming here for some basketball shit, we'll probably go. Like we're gonna talk about some basketball later, so make sure you stick around. But I like college basketball. That's about it. Yeah, college basketball is fun. But New York fans have a tendency to say that they're going to get everybody and their mother when it comes to offseason, because who the hell wouldn't want to go, to New York? So, for the Knicks, it was the offseason. They were going to get Zion, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie. And they end up getting Julius Randle. So
hey, he's good though.
He is very good.
He's good.
So at the time, it was like, oh my God, all they do is just blow steam out their ass. But you know what? Julius Randle has been quite the surprise. Definitely a top 5 MVP candidate in my opinion, because the Knicks suck. But anyway, fuck the Knicks. The Mets going in, everybody was like, oh, the Mets are going to get Springer, and then they're going to get Bauer, and then they're going to get everybody else. So you know what? I'll give them credit that they picked up Lindor.
Because Bauer got shelled the other day, too, that fucking guy.
No, he's doing well.
He got beat up on a little bit, I thought, yesterday.
I think he gave up like 2 in 7 innings. What happened was MLB has like these new rules where like they're trying to limit like what pitchers use, like the substances. Mm-hmm. So they're investigating him now because I guess his spin rate was up.
Yeah.
So
well, that's a big deal. I mean, that's everything for movement on a pitch. He's like, how fast that ball spins.
And I saw actually a really good argument. It was like, it's kind of David Cohn, I think, was talking about it because I think it was during a Yankees game, and it was like, it's hard to grip a baseball to begin with, and I think everybody knows that. I mean, we can't even throw a baseball to begin with. So, I mean, our shoulders are shot. We're 21 years old, looking like fucking 50-year-olds out there on a field. We can't even throw a ball 100 times in a row catching it. Yeah. That's how bad it is. The arm gets shot, and it feels like it's going to fall off. But, where was I?
Well, to go back to Lindor before we sidetrack ourselves, I think...
Oh, Bauer. Sorry.
Yeah, Bauer. But to go back to Lindor, I just think it was a huge deal that they signed him before the season started. Like they got the extension in because, like, you don't want any off-field anything to be looming over someone's head before they start playing. So like him going in, and like the whole team honestly going in to the first game, which was eventually postponed because the Nationals got COVID.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
Having that deal get done in like literally the 11th hour.
Yeah,
was a big deal. It was a big deal because then that puts everything that could have been a distraction to the side at that point. Yeah. Now we have Lindor signed. The team's excited. They have Lindor signed. Lindor's excited. He has himself signed.
It's always nice that
the fans, everything
that after signing feeling. It's like
honestly,
it's like Christmas morning. Like you look at it, and you're like, fuck yes, like we don't have to worry about it anymore. Got him signed. It's just like the thing that sucks is that usually when you sign guys, and I'm not just talking about Lindor and just baseball in general, but when you sign guys to long-term deals, they usually just tend to take a shit after. And baseball is definitely a different case because like these guys, it doesn't take much out of them to go through a baseball season to begin with, and they're having fun. It's not like football or something where a guy gets paid and then they give up.
Yeah. Unless you're a pitcher, it's not a very taxing sport, and I guess catcher too, you could say.
Yeah, you don't want shot knees.
Yeah,
you don't want that.
Shot Jeep.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like you know what? 10 years. There's a reason why people are getting paid that many years. So 10 years, $341 million is a lot of money. So hopefully it works out well. I actually saw that it is the highest for a shorty, and then the third highest for the contract ever, behind Mookie and Mike Trout. So I guess that's where they see him, and if it works out, it works out.
That's the problem.
They got money to spend.
There's first of all, they have the richest MLB owners. I think the next richest one is like he's got like maybe 3.4 or 4.3. I'm not sure the way the number goes, but that's
probably more though.
They said that the net worth of the richest MLB owner was 4.3. So
really?
we'll just use that number, 4.3 bill. And Steve Cohen came in, and now he's the richest by a margin. He's got $14.1 billion, which is just not even close to the same amount of money that anybody else has.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy. He does. I appreciate he's
a good sports guy. He's not a good person. We'll leave it like that.
I saw the whole entire him beefing with Barstool, like whatever. I just mean from a standpoint of
he's done some shady stuff on the business side, but
I think everybody does when you're up there at
you know
that
what
point,
I mean? Yeah, exactly. But who
like you got there for a reason. You're telling me that there was no a little bit of insider trading or something like that?
Which we're not saying happened. if you see this, Steve.
Our sources have not told us anything. All I see is Twitter, and I saw that he was beefing with Dave Portnoy.
With Dave
So
Portnoy.
I was like, oh. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but, you know, you
But
gotta
yeah,
get there somehow.
so-
What does he do?
He's a hedge fund guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he owned something.
Yeah, doesn't he? You know, let me look this up. I'm pretty sure he owns a hedge fund. If I'm, not
I know I got him
mistaken.
confused with Steve Ballmer for a second, because Ballmer... No, I thought he owned Microsoft. A piece of it, didn't he? Or is that
Well,
Ballmer?
he
Ballmer owns Microsoft now. He's the CEO, because I don't know where Billy Gates is.
Hedge fund manager.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the majority owner of the Mets.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And
He's 54.
Right here. He's the founder of hedge fund .72 Asset Manager and
He looks
now
older.
closed SAC Capital Advisors.
He looks old. He looks old in 54. Or is
64.
that, 64.
Yeah,
Yeah,
64.
there we go.
Yeah.
He's a little far away, so I can't really see that much. Yeah, but honestly, something that I took from that, I also thought that, you know, just to make you feel better, is the fact that, for those Met fans, that, as I said, that Mookie and Trout were the only two contracts higher than him. They're also the only two guys that have a higher WAR than him since 2015, which was the year that he started. So, you know what?
Also, I saw some
you produce,
statistic.
you get paid.
I saw
So-
some statistic, like not including last season, but he had 4 straight seasons until 2019, like full MLB seasons with like either 80 or 90 RBIs and
Yeah.
40 home runs.
And he's better defensively. I mean,
oh yeah, I mean 2-time Gold Glove winner.
yeah.
You know, he looks so far he looks phenomenal in the field. It looks great in the field. His
Yeah.
hitting's
Yankees could
it's
use
gotta
that.
get there.
No, it'll get there.
It'll
It's
get
like
there, yeah.
baseball. I mean, fortunately, we're playing 162 games this year, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be like halfway, and you know, somebody hits a slump, and you know that's half their season gone.
Yeah.
But actually, something that I thought was really interesting was the fact that I was looking at the trade and Ahmed Rosario, and in Cleveland, I saw that they were going to play him in center a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's a fast guy. I mean, of course, you know, you want speed in center field. But, you know, Rosario, the whole thing with the trade is like, I would have rather have seen, this sounds horrible, I would have rather have seen J.D. Davis go. I really liked Jimenez, but at the same time,
Mega Noggin?
yeah, Megan Nugget.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, that's fucked up.
But at the same time, Jimenez just wouldn't have had a spot on the Mets. He was a great.
Well, also Jimenez
Piece,
I saw that he was like their third best prospect, so you know you can't really. He's actually playing short right now, and then that's why
He's starting.
That's
at
why
short.
they're putting Rosario. They're going to
In
put him in center.
Yeah, because listen, Jimenez was hitting. He's a good fielder. Rosario, like he's had his ups and downs. Like he had so much hype around him. He was the number 1 MLB prospect.
I mean, you know what? He hit the fucking walk off against Chapman, so there you go.
Yeah.
Put him in the fame. Put him in
What
the
a
Hall of
bet.
Fame.
You know, had a nice little bet on that one. Took a live bet with them down. I said, you know what? I don't trust Chapman. And
He was down bad for
he
a
was
while.
really-
He was
down
down
bad.
bad for a while. That whole entire
he blew
Mets-Yankees
that
series.
same series. He blew another save, didn't he?
No, that was fucking.
No, I know Pete hit the one
it
walk
was
off, but
Miguel Uhare or something. Fucking yeah, the Yankees had a lot of injuries and then they were getting roughed up by some big boys. As in, I think Pete was batting 128 at that time or something.
no,
like
like
that.
two.
It was bad. I think it was
low
in the
twos.
100s.
I don't know. Maybe in that stretch, but I just remember the Yankees were up a couple runs on the Mets, and in the 8th inning, I want to say they came back, and then I think it went I wound up going to the bottom 10, and that's when Pete hit the home run. It was in extras.
The Yankees did come back against the Mets the one time though.
Yeah, they
so
did.
that was cool too.
They did.
They hit that off Edwin Diaz, who.
Was notorious for that.
Yeah, but you know what? He's solid. Closers, you know, they're in there to give up.
You know, he had his first game yesterday. He pitched his first inning.
He looked good.
He looks good. He did look good. He had like 2 strikeouts, I think.
I saw that,
Yeah, he
like, you
looks
know,
good.
he's usually, like, top 5 in rankings for closers, so...
And it's crazy because he has he's got like one of the best stats I've seen. I actually took a screenshot of this for this reason because I knew I was going to talk about
Who?
this. Diaz's stats for last season, and everyone who's
No, he had a great year last year. It was just the first year that he came over. Everybody was fucking skies falling.
They don't show his record, how many his blown saves and stuff.
Yeah.
He had I think 9 save chances and only had 6 saves, which he blew 3 saves.
Yeah, that's not
good. But right here, I'm looking at it.
Only 9.
Yeah, his 20. Well,
that was last year.
Yeah. His 2020 season, He had 25.2 innings pitched and a 1.75 ERA.
That's not bad.
With 17.5 K through 9.
That's not shabby at all.
And then a less than 200 batting average against.
I think everybody knows that in sports, especially in the tri-state area with New Yorkers, it's really of a, oh, what have you done for me now?
Yeah, exactly. That's such a problem being an athlete here.
You could, be MVP for the year, but if you shut down when they need it, and rightfully so, because I think that is going to piss everybody off, but I think you got to step back and be like, all right, they got us here. I think we can take a breather. But, yeah, speaking of relievers, honestly, I don't know if you know Miguel Castro. He's one of the Mets relievers.
Yeah. He's huge.
No, he's like as skinny as could be.
He is so tall.
Yeah, and
I didn't realize
he
that.
Probably weighs like $140.
Yeah, so when they had a mound meeting in his first outing when they played the Phillies, the game they blew it. Lindor was on the mound, I guess, because maybe he was translating or something.
Yeah.
Castro doesn't speak English, I believe, but he's standing out there.
Is that their pitching coach?
What?
Castro?
No.
Miguel
Castro. Yeah. He's standing out there, and I'm like, how short is Lindor? Like, I'm looking at him, like, how fucking short is this guy? Like, Castro towers over him, and I looked, and I'm like, oh, maybe he's like standing on the mound weird or whatever, but. I look up Lindor's height. And I'm like, he's got to be like 5'8". Then, if that's like the case, I looked. He's 5'11", and like 5'11" and some. Like, so he's almost 6 feet tall. And so I'm like, how fucking tall can this Castro be? He's 6'7".
Yeah, that's really the good thing about relievers is the fact that they're all tall and as skinny as could be, and they're just like they have really weird bodies. Like I don't know if you know, but Chris Sale. For the people out there that don't know, he actually missed a playoff game because for some reason he has a belly button piercing and it got infected. Yeah. So I know that we had the carpenter coming and putting in a new wall. Only like 5 minutes delay, maybe 10. A little awkward though because my dog started going crazy. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy walking into my house? But where were we? We were talking about Skinny Man DeGrom.
Yep.
And what was that? The first game that the Mets played against the Phillies, they ended up blowing. But something that I found very interesting was the fact that Jacob DeGrom, I don't know if you knew this, but in his 63 career no decisions, he has a 2.24 ERA.
And to boot to that, in 71 games where the Mets have the lead, or 70 games where the Mets have the lead and DeGrom was pitching, so a possible win for DeGrom, 31 of them became no decisions. So he's never taken a loss. No, of course he's taken a loss, but he's never taken a loss in that span. Those 70 games, he came out with a lead and wound up getting a no decision.
So they how many games was that?
31 of the 70 games.
All right, So they don't have any run support for most of them, and then they only blow that.
And also, it's interesting.
Not bad.
What they said that I found very interesting is most guys are they have these short term goals that they're that they're thinking about.
Yeah.
And DeGrom, they said, "What's your goal for?" I don't know if they said the season, but they were like, "What is your next goal? Like, what's your goal?" Because I mean, the guy's done everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know, but going back to Trevor Bauer, for a while, he would only sign 1-year deals just to give him, that drive to, do more. And I mean, he got the Cy Young, so that's when he cashed in. But anyway, go back.
But so they asked him what his next goal is, and he just said, make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
that's what he said. And everyone was like, it's a tough thing to say something like that because.
Can you shut up? Sorry. Fucking idiot.
It's a tough thing because he already has 2 Cy Youngs, and like a big thing is like when you look at a lot of these Hall of Fame pitchers, like the big thing is that 250 win mark or like around 250 wins, and like that's a big thing. Yeah, so that's his problem. He's got 70 wins in his career.
Whatever. I mean, I think but when you have enough, Cy Youngs there, I think
But they're saying like
he might
he might need one more to like really solidify it. But what
Yeah.
I think should solidify him in the Hall of Fame is just the pure dominance he had over his era in sports.
Well, baseball's a fucking bitch when it comes to getting into Hall of Fame. They really are. They're like the worst. Baseball is like just so bad with that, man. They just have the old crotchety fucking pieces of shit just running like everything. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're guys that, you know, I don't know. Like, it's one thing cheating, like, not to go off topic into, like, a whole entire, like, use of steroids, but then again, like, yeah, Barry Bonds and, you know, everybody, Mark McGwire clubbed quite a few, and, like, you know, they can thank, you know,
the
needles for that, but at the same time, they're also still making contact, and they're still being consistent, which, you know, I mean, look at Giancarlo Stanton, not that he's pumping needles, but dude gets hurt all the time. And then, I mean, have you seen his fucking at-bats? Because half of them are as bad as could be. Not right now. Mike's usually good. I like Mike. But, you know, just, I don't know. And then they're, you know, then they don't let in, whatever it's called. What's his name? Pitcher. You know, hates libs. Very outlandish on Twitter. Kurt Schilling. They don't let him in because of his political views. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? It's not like he killed somebody.
Well, you know,
like maybe comment here and there, a little too far, but who cares?
The difference between that is like one is involves the game, like they used to cheat to be better, than the other one is how he is off the field. And unfortunately, the MLB doesn't have your off-field stats on. You know, that's not on your resume for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know, but they take it into consideration when it comes with that. So, I mean, if those three are getting in, I still feel like DeGrom has a good shot because he hasn't done anything illegal yet. So, knock on wood to that.
I'm laughing at you one thing. Buds, question mark?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so.
I like that.
Yeah, that was like something that really stuck out to me because the Buds question is the fact that everybody knows Francisco Lindor always dyes his hair. Always. Mm-hmm. Whether it's fucking red, blue. Right now it's blonde, it's bleached.
Well, it was blue and it faded out.
It was blue.
It faded out.
He always has it dyed a certain color. And now he's got it bleached like Odell. I guess somebody's got to be Odell here.
It looks a little gray because there's still some blue left in it. Yeah.
But Marcus Stroman, pitcher for the Mets.
Bleached his dreads. Yeah.
Always has a do-rag on, too. So when I saw it initially, I was like, does this motherfucker have a blonde do-rag, or did he bleach his hair? And he's got a little bit bleach coming out the back, a little bit of bleached hair. Mm-hmm. So I was like, are they possible? You know, did they go to the barbershop together? Did they get this done together? Which I think it's a fair question, because you think back, and Puerto Rico, I believe, Puerto Rico. I wish I could do a Donnie voice, but I can't. In like 2016 in the World Baseball Classics, they all dyed their hair. They all bleached their hair. So I feel like, you know, fair question. Maybe.
Well, that was also a good point, like bringing up how they could be buds with the bleached hair, because the Mets on their 2015 World Series run, or the year after. So the 2016 year when they made that run to make it to the wild card, all the Mets bleached their hair.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
So like Asdrubal Cabrera, Yoenis Cespedes,
all the Spanish guys,
Jose Reyes, all the Spanish guys, they bleached their hair together, and they all wore the.
Jose was on that team.
What?
When they made it to the World Series?
There was not the World Series. It was the year after. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And a big thing was also the canary neon yellow.
No, I knew that. That was Yoenis.
Yeah. No, but then they all started wearing it.
Oh, did they?
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the Spanish
That's
guys.
also, I feel like it's a very popular thing because, like, guys getting their haircuts at the same place because, I know Kansas City gets their shits done at the same place for the most part. Most sports teams, guys. Either guys have their own barber that they just pay to fucking bring around, whatever. Because there was, like, that whole big deal with the Super Bowl and the fact that Pat Mahomes' barber and everybody's barber, ended up testing positive for COVID right before they were going in. So it's like, oh shit. But even the Yankees all have like this weird like fade mullet going on. Like Judge, Glaber, Gio. Gary has it sometimes. Gary's kind of letting his hair grow out right
I saw
now.
Gary hit a ding dong in their first game, didn't he?
Knock on wood, man. The Fat Man has been pretty good.
I saw that.
Yeah, the Fat Man's been good. Speaking of other Fat Man, Also, when I was watching the Mets game, I could not get over how big fucking James McCann is. I knew, big boy catcher.
Loves to grab his nuggies when he gets up there too. I don't know if you saw that. He's got like a super.
I think everybody does that.
He's got a super open stance now. So his foot is like all the way at third base, and he's standing there like square to the pitcher, and he always takes his hand, grabs his nugs, and then he gets going.
I used to get yelled at in high school, actually, for walking around and fixing my balls. It's like, dude, we're sitting in class for 44 minutes, and, like, I get up and I'm trying to adjust, and the next thing you know, I got somebody coming down the hallway and be like, Derek, get your hand out, friend. I'm like, sorry, man. Like, what do you want me to do?
And this guy's doing it on live TV, you know.
And you know what? And he's catching. He's definitely sweatier than me. I'll tell you that much. He's bigger than me. And, he's in a crouched position, so it's probably annoying. Yeah, baseball pants are tight, too. I was wearing shorts. So I can't imagine how bad it is for him. But you know what? I really love what the Mets are doing. Getting large, very large, white guys. Him, Pete. J.D. Davis just has a big head, so he doesn't really count. He's kind of on the bigger side, though. But big white guys, that kind of look like your average white guy. And I appreciate that. Like, who doesn't love seeing a fat guy go hit a walk-off ding-dong, get his shirt ripped open, just beer gut, just hanging out. Like, who doesn't love that? Because then you're thinking to yourself, you're like, yes, that's my guy. I can do it. He can do it.
It's bringing the beer guts back makes, you know what, you want to talk about how all these women are not living up to body standards with these models. This is what we needed. We needed these big fat beer gut white guys to let us know that it's all right.
No, I don't think anybody really cares the fact that it's like,
I know.
It's like not like, a girl freaking out because some, girl with, some hoochie lady with a rockin' bod goes to post something, they're like, wow, you're toxic because, and then they're complimenting some fat guys. We're complimenting fat guys regardless if we're skinny or not because it's just, everybody loves a fat guy. Like Pablo Sandoval is like the most liked guy in the league just because he's fat as shit. Yeah. And somehow he's still in the MLB. So. Also,
I forgot to bring this up. They talked about bringing up the Buds question mark again. A big deal with the Mets and getting Lindor was that Lindor is the second Puerto Rican on the team.
Who's the first one?
Edwin Diaz.
Oh, is he?
They were saying that maybe having another Puerto Rican on the team might bring some confidence to Diaz and finally get him settled into New York and make him.
Well, Frank's like the king of Puerto Rico, so good for him.
Yeah,
good for him. I don't know. Do you really want to talk about the first game the Mets played?
I mean, it is what it is. It's just classic. It's just something with the baseball gods where they just can't hit.
Had Frank the Tank freaking out really quick.
Oh yeah,
that's like 3 years in a row. Honestly, him saying that the season's over after
on the first game. Yeah,
I mean he's been right the last two, I think. So I'll give him that.
But it's a wow. I just lost my train of thought. It's just
shit happens.
It's a thing that just happens with DeGrom. He'll just never get that run support.
Yeah.
But also, if you're gonna put a bet in on the Mets, always the day after DeGrom pitches. I guarantee you they win every time. It happens every time.
Well, Stroman's their second guy. Is Carrasco pitched out or no?
Carrasco's hurt.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's been out.
Oh,
that was
sucks.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is our bullpen. The reason why we don't have Seth Lugo in the bullpen.
You have Ninja's boy.
You got Trevor May.
He got shelved, but you know what? It's fine. Fortnite boy's good. His last few years, he's actually. It's funny actually. Trevor May. They signed him in the offseason. The Mets did, and he actually played. He was on the Twins before, and he sucked for a while. And when Fortnite got big, he actually really started doing well. He started playing Fortnite with Ninja a lot. Him and Ninja, Tim the Tatman, they would all play together all the time, man. He would stream all the time. And it's funny because the 2 years prior to Fortnite coming out, he was mostly, a AAA guy who get brought up, get shelled, sent back down, brought up, shelled, sent back down, just when they needed arms. And Fortnite comes out. Next thing you know, this guy is like a 3 point whatever ERA, then a 2.9, and then 3. So that's really, really good for a fucking reliever to begin with. And for a fact that a guy that was about to throw out his career because he was like, I'll stream with Ninja, play some Fortnite. And then now he's good. So it's like, is Fortnite the touch?
God, maybe that's why Connor's so good at what he does. But yeah, who knows? Our bullpen's hurting. It's just as it always is. The bullpen always sucks. But Seth Lugo had a spur on his elbow that he got operated on.
Yeah.
And he's the real deal. I mean, the guy he's a good start. He was a good starting pitcher for the Mets. And when we moved him to the bullpen because we needed him there,
you always need arms in the pen.
He really found his spot as that setup guy in the 8th inning. He could even close. Sometimes he would come in and he would do a 6-out save. The 8th, 9th inning. He's a great arm. He's like having your first 2 innings from a starting pitcher. It's great, and that's what you need from a guy like that. And once he comes back, you can hope that you can have Castro do 7. You can have Lugo do 8, Diaz 9.
Yeah.
Give Diaz a day off. Lugo does 9. The 9th inning. Whatever needs to happen for them. You just have that. Have those solid guys in the bullpen that you can be moving around. We just need that one more piece in the bullpen because Castro's doing well for now. Hopefully,
he's actually a really good reliever. I remember him in Baltimore. He actually has a pretty wicked pitch.
Last year on the Mets, he was a little.
He wasn't on the Mets last year.
Then there was somebody on the Mets last year that was really bad. I gotta look this up.
Yeah, because I know he was on Baltimore, and then I think he got traded to the Rockies. Skinny man, Miguel Castro did. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. But
I thought he pitched last year because I remembered him, but I could be wrong. Yeah, you definitely could be right. No, he did play last year for the Mets, 2020.
What year are we right now?
21. Because it only goes. They're one season years. It's not 2020, 2021 season. It's just the 2020 season or the 2021 season.
God, he was on the Rockies.
Yeah, no, he pitched last year for the Mets, and he was a little shaky. He was a little, made me very nervous to watch him. He's got a nice pitch, but he throws it hard, and if he hangs it in there, that ball can really get sent, to the moon.
Yeah, he's got a few good pitches. He's got one really good pitch. I can't remember what it is. I just honestly couldn't get over how fucking skinny he was.
He's got a really good sinker, if that's what you're thinking of.
Oh, he started on Colorado. And then he got traded to the Mets. That's what happened.
Yeah.
He got traded to the Mets. I knew he got traded at the fucking end of last year. I just couldn't remember. He started with Colorado. Didn't get traded to Colorado. I was thinking that because I'm like, why the fuck would Colorado trade for somebody? They were horrible last year. Also, one last fat guy on the team who isn't as fat, as Pete, because that's a little hard to do.
He actually slimmed out quite a bit, to be honest.
Gary slimmed out too, and I'm kind of upset. But he is playing better baseball, so maybe
maybe it was time.
Maybe there is a reason. But Dom Smith, I always did like Dom Smith, actually, from outside perspective.
What was great about Dom Smith, or what was not great, but now great about Dom Smith, is Dom Smith was our Pete Alonso that just turned into nothing, and we gave up on him and got Pete Alonso. Brought Pete Alonso up, and then Dom Smith started doing well, and then we were stuck in a spot because now we have 2 good first basemen that both can't play.
I mean, that's also a problem about the fact that
there's no universal DH,
which is the stupidest fucking rule ever.
Once we get that universal DH, I mean, Dom Smith will be playing first, I believe.
I mean,
depending on how Pete does at first base this year, that's what matters.
No, why? I mean, can't you just stick him in left?
Well, no, because then you can. Now what you have to do is
I'm not saying no universal DH.
No universal DH. You put him in left. But
I know they don't
Luis Rojas is a manager that really values defensive baseball, so that's why he gets I don't know. Dom Smith's not a very good defensive left fielder. If the ball's over his head, don't expect him to make a spectacular
play. I know. I was
play.
watching him just go back for one, and it was just it was so funny watching him run. It was oh my god. It was oh my god, he's gonna drop it. But if he gets the job done, he gets the job done. That's kind of like what the Yankees did with Andujar.
Yeah.
It's kind of he's talented. Might as well throw him somewhere. Miguel Andujar is not a talented fielder anywhere, so
might as well.
They don't want to throw him in left. Really, he's also hurt right now. They've tried. I'd rather him there than because I'm a big Andujar fan because he basically carried them one year.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Dom Smith. I was kind of blown away at the point. I know Kevin Pillar doesn't start all the time, but of the few games, I think he started how many games did they play? 3?
Who?
The Mets?
The Mets have played four.
Yeah. I think he started half of them, and
Pillar?
it's yeah. Kevin Pillar fucking sucks.
Yeah,
he's good defensively, but other than that, He literally looks like somebody that would come up to you at a bar and just, like, start showing you magic tricks, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he fucking looks like. He looks like a weirdo that would just come up to you and be
he's the type
man.
of guy that would wear, like, a button-down shirt and a vest. And but like jeans, like he wouldn't wear dress pants. You know?
Like he looks like a weirdo, and he sucks. Like he's batted like 250 like the last 3 years.
Yeah,
like
I had some old Jewish guy, big Mets fan, which I mean that's a large part of our community. Come up to me and say, "Hey, Palmieri's not as bad as you think. He's a good player." And I'm like, "Hey, buddy, I don't know what world you live in, but
he was very good on the Blue Jays. He's very good defensively. I just, I'm not one to really respect defensive. Like, I'd rather have a good bat than good fielders until you need it, and then
batting him leadoff in your first game of the year. What the fuck are you doing, Luis Rojas?
I don't make the rules. Yeah. I wouldn't even have started him. I would have put Dom Smith because he has the cool wheelchair bike thing.
Yeah, when he broke his leg, he had the LFGM license plate on the back too.
Honestly, that's probably what made me like him so much. Yeah, it's like you see this guy like fucking cast and everything.
He's got that
scooting around.
Horrible tattoo.
Just does he have a tattoo?
Oh, I've never showed you this.
No.
Oh, I gotta find it. He has a selfie of him in the mirror with his big belly hanging out.
Oh, he is big
and
too.
He's got a tattoo of a kid holding a baseball bat, but with Jesus holding the baseball bat with him, like saying that Jesus is helping this kid swing the baseball bat.
That's funny.
It is a horrible tattoo.
He's American, right? He's from the U.S. That's what I thought. Yeah. He's probably from like Florida or something. Yeah, but no, I like Dom Smith. That was probably the reason why I liked him more than anything.
There you go.
Oh, I've seen that photo actually. Oh my god,
with Jesus holding the baseball bat.
That's funny.
That's horrible. Damn it. That's all. He slimmed out. He did slim out. That's an old picture. Hold on. Yeah, oh my god. Look at him now.
He did.
Big
Damn
time.
it.
Yeah, he's still a big boy at heart.
He is a big boy. You can get rid of the fat, but you can't take the fat out.
Nimmo was phenomenal yesterday too. I don't know if you watched. He had two doubles and a single.
I turned the game on in like the 6th inning to watch them. I think it was right when they gave up
the 2 runs. Right?
The 2 runs. Yeah.
Which Walker had a great outing. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he's solid. I remember the Yankees wanted to.
He picked someone off. I love seeing pitchers pick people off. I never get to see that. Yeah, he picked someone off in the first inning. He walked like the first batter and like picked him off right after. So
yeah, but no, I was watching it and oh god.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it was quite the game. They really didn't have much going on that much until the 9th.
Yeah.
And
Jeff McNeil got his first hit, a big birthday home run, tie the game with the most massive bat flip I've seen since Bautista.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been sitting here complaining about grumpy old guys, and I guess I'm kind of a grumpy old guy. If they didn't win, I would have been like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you doing? Bat flipping like that. That was like two-handed absolute fucking pinch shot like that, just like launching it all over, and then just staring at the dugout, like his dugout, of course. Yeah, if he was looking at the other one, I'd be like, oh my god. It was a shot, and if it was a walk-off, I would have been like, throw your bat into the like throw it back at the pitcher for all I care. Like, good, like do that. But at first, I was sitting there, and I was like, you know what? That was a little ballsy. That really was a little ballsy. Yeah, but he kind of did rattle the pitcher too, so I'll give him that.
I will say, because he wound up let up a single, an infield single to Guillorme, which, I mean, he did let up a hit. It was a tough ball to get to, so it would have been a single if he didn't get to the ball anyway.
Luis Guillorme. How crazy is that? But the fact that we saw him in AAA
in South Carolina
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I turn on the game and this fat boy's playing third. Another fat guy. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's not that fat. He had a big beard. That's a beard, though.
I feel like he's fatter than Pete in terms of just, like, pound for pound.
But,
he's built like a fridge. He's like out to here.
He is stocky, man.
He literally looks like an uncle.
Yeah. But, so he got the single. Nimmo got a double. Corners.
Because I literally wrote down chugging around the bases. And he was chugging.
He was. Yeah, he was moving. he was moving. So yeah, then he got the Nimmo got the double to get corners, and then I don't know.
They intentionally walked Frankie.
They intentionally walked Frankie to pitch to Conforto, which was a good idea by them. And Conforto was slumping. Like he had every at bat he had was pretty much a big situation with with a runner in scoring position for an RBI chance. He just couldn't cash out. And they're like, you know what, like we'll do it. Like that, not a bad idea. They were hoping he was going to hit into a double play. There was only one out at the time.
I mean, like you do that regardless of even who it is, unless if it's like Barry Bonds or Mike Trout. Yeah. You're intentionally walking whoever it is to get bases loaded when you have one out. Like that's what you do. That's really what you do because you can't turn two, so there's no point.
Yeah.
And
so, they did. Yeah, they.
It was the heist of the century. That's really what the fuck it was.
So
it was a heist. It wasn't anything.
I reviewed the rules and I finally figured out.
No, it's an out. It was
but I figured out why they weren't able to call it.
Oh yeah, because you can't go back.
You can't go back and
review.
And call it an out. What you can do though is you can go back and review if he was hit by the pitch or not. Now, this is where I was confused. So they already ruled him not out, and that he got hit by the pitch. You go back. If they said he didn't get hit by the pitch. Can they call strike 3 on that? And is he out?
Well, it was gonna be. He called strike 3 on it, and then Conforto was like, "Oh, hit my fucking arm, my elbow brace, fucking cocksucker."
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Whatever. I'll take the win.
You should have heard Keith Hernandez freaking out. Ron Darling. Oh my god.
Yeah. Ron Darling's the biggest play by the rules guy, man.
What do you mean play by the rules? That was so fucking cheap.
No, I know. I'm just saying, Ron Darling's usually a guy that's just there was a couple of defensive indifferences. The game that the Mets won. So a defensive indifference, for people who don't know, is when you steal a base without there's no one there to cover the base, no one threw it there. Means you get a free base. They're letting you steal the base.
Yeah.
So the Mets let up a couple 3 defensive indifferences, and Ron Darling off the bat he's such a technical guy. He's just I hate this. It's such a bad look. It look horrible. And they're up 5 runs in the 9th inning. Let them take the bases. Who cares?
Yeah, I honestly don't like that. But personally, for me, I actually think it does affect the pitcher because. You're looking back at second base a little bit, depending on how you set up and everything. I feel like it gets in their head a little bit if you're letting them steal that free base. I really do, because I was at a shift, game. Though.
That's why no one. Was
I know. They let them.
Yeah.
I know they let them go for free. I really do think that it makes a little bit of difference, even regardless or not. I feel like it's just in that it's ingrained in that pitcher's mind. But anyway, I really The point being was the fact that, Mets won somehow, off the fucking biggest bullshit in the world.
Alonso would have walked it off.
But going back to the point I made in the beginning that, all New York fans are just brain dead, it was just so funny going on Twitter and just seeing, Met fans, try and defend. And I know if you go on whatever fan, any sport account, in the thread, it's going to be people defending it. And it just, blows my mind because, these people are, it's like the fucking Crusades. They're going out there willing to die in battle and be like, he did not, that's a fair play. And be like, there is a world where you can admit that the Mets got away with one and they still win because you saying they get away with it does not affect you at all.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I could say that the Mets don't deserve the win. I could say they absolutely do, and doesn't change the outcome of the game. They still want it. So.
It would have been 2 outs with bases loaded. Would they have cashed in? Probably, because the fucking relief pitcher was as rattled as could be.
And Pete was coming
them
up
winning like that was because the first time when I saw it, I was like, oh, strike 3. It was a horrible at bat too. He was at his last resort. So he was like, hey, let me lean in. It was a horrible at bat.
Well, it was.
I don't even remember him swinging, or maybe he did.
No, he had 2 foul balls. He went 0-2, got 2 foul balls, got a ball. It was 1-2, and then he leaned into it. So.
I remember him going down 0-2. That's why.
No, he went 0-2.
That's why I thought the at bat. That's why I thought the at bat was worse than it was.
No, he looked at 2.
Oh, he did.
He looked at 2. Yeah,
he did. That's what I knew. I knew it was a bad at bat.
And then he had 2 foul balls. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was wild. Honestly, I would have been screaming like crazy if that was against me. But if it was, if I was a Met fan, I would be like, hey, I mean, I'll take it. Happy opening day to you too.
By the way, the Mets are the best opening day team in every sport ever.
Yeah,
best opening day record.
I mean, they're going to do good this year. I think they are.
I hope. I can't listen to these guys keep keep talking about how good the Yanks are, and I'm crying in the corner.
I never talk good about anybody.
Yeah, not you necessarily, but like the whole vibe. All my friends are Yankees fans, so.
Welcome to, just New York, New Jersey kids just being loud and obnoxious about their fucking team. Like, that's all it is. But before we transition into the Yanks, you were talking about how the Mets always leave everybody on, like no situational hitting whatsoever.
I know.
So the Mets, I looked it up. The Mets are 28th in average about leaving men on in scoring position with a nice.
I thought they were dead last.
4.67. They leave that many guys on, and the Yanks are 27th with 4.17. So
leaving. Oh, that's in scoring. Yes, that's in scoring position. Yes. Okay, so. Leaving not even just in scoring position, just leaving men on. The Mets, the past couple of games, they had about 10 left on yesterday, and then the game where they got clobbered by the Phillies.
Well, it's just second and third.
Yeah, no, I know, but the game where they got clobbered by the Phillies, they had 13 stranded runners.
The Yankees, when they were playing the Orioles, they out hit them like 14-3 or something.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they lost. So.
It happens, man. Just one swing, man. Just one swing can change the game.
Well, Glaber fucking sucks on defense. That's why. But as you know, both of these teams had really big offseason news. The Mets got Lindor, and for the Yankees, Aaron Judge got new teeth. So that's yeah. Did you know that?
No, I did. Big news.
Yeah.
How many years did they sign him for?
They didn't sign him.
No, the teeth.
I don't know. Hopefully fucking none. Hopefully they get knocked out so he can...
Hit again? Yeah.
Tooth gap Aaron Judge is best Aaron Judge. He's actually been doing well, but, of course, to no surprise, he is hurt already. Mr. Made of Glass guy.
I did see that.
It's like he's sore and he's
sore side or something?
He's sore in his side. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what are you doing? Like, you just doing
at least make it sound bad, like strained oblique, or don't just say side soreness.
Yeah, like the thing for baseball, especially Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone lies so much when it comes to injuries. Like, it's basically like hockey, honestly. But hockey, every single hockey team does it. Like, you could been decapitated and they'll be like upper body injury day to day. But Aaron Boone, when he's talking about Judge, he'll just be like, we may have him for next game. We're not sure. And then fucking dude's on the IL for 2 months now. It's like, oh my god.
Is he on for 2 months?
No. I was gonna say. He'll probably play tomorrow, honestly.
I hope so, yeah.
I hope so, too. I mean, I'm wearing his jersey right now, so...
I got my Thor. Oh, there's no numbers on the sleeves. I got my Syndergaard jersey on now.
Yeah, but, I want him back, because... he's probably their best guy, and although he really had their first series, he fucking really took a shit. Whenever they would get something going, I think he had 2 double plays in the first 2 games when they had guys on, and when they had one of them was bases loaded, and the other one I think was just first and second.
That was a big problem. Conforto had a bases loaded double play yesterday too.
Yeah,
really bad.
Yeah, the Yankees just leave everybody on too. But it's always Judge too. It's always Judge, and then the fact that it's Judge just pisses you off so much more than anything, because it's like, this guy's our best guy. Like, what the fuck, gonna hit?
Yeah.
And
well, we can use this as a good segue into the Yankees. Enough of my Mets. We'll go to your Yankees.
My Yanks.
His Yanks.
My Yanks are. Oh fuck, they're actually on right now. Actually, I want to look at the score. I forgot they started.
Let me check real quick.
I got it.
I can tell you the runners and the outs and everything.
5-4. Oh my god, Kluber got rocked, and they put up 4 runs. What the shit?
Okay, so 5-4 Rays, and it's bottom 4 right now.
Did they hit a grand salami?
I'll tell you. Actually,
the Yankees did. Oh, good. No. They got base hits.
One was.
Or they walk around.
One was a 2-run single, and the other one was a 2-run homer.
Who and who?
Hicks got the 2-run homer, and Stan. Stan had the 2-run single.
Michael has been doing fucking fantastic. Mike has been doing great. I'm always a big Mike guy. I also work at a bar. So, I deal with my fair share of, drunk, older men who just hate people for no reason, have their biases. Like, the amount of times I was defending Giancarlo was, oh my god. Yeah, it was...
Oh, we got loaded bases right now, no outs for the Rays.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
Who's in right now?
Nick
Nelson?
Again, Randy's up to bat with the bases loaded.
I don't know how Randy Arozarena is doing right now, honestly.
He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI.
Yeah, but the Yanks...
300 average.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, but the Yanks, they've been, they've been here and there. They've been doing all right. Definitely could have had a better series. The bats just didn't work against the Blue Jays. And then they took 2 or 3 from the Orioles. Really should have taken 3 or 3 because A, it's the Orioles, and B, you have 13 hits to like 3, so you should probably win that one.
Yeah.
But everybody's looked good for the most part. Could use Big Boy Voit back.
Oh, 2 count to Randy too right now.
Yeah, so. Voit tore his meniscus, so he'll be back in a month. Always somebody though. Always somebody hurt. Pitching's looked all right. Kluber got fucking shelled today, so obviously he didn't look all right. But the first game he pitched...
I forgot about him, man. Klubs.
I mean, it was the first time he...
strikeout.
He pitched.
3-pitch strikeout.
Nick Nelson's actually not that bad.
Let's go.
Yeah, but that was the first time he pitched since 2019 because the fucking dude fractured his forearm.
Yeah. Like
the first game or whatever. And then like his first inning when he was with Texas, he tore like his tendon or something. So, Have you seen him? Have you ever seen... If you think DJ LeMahieu has no feelings, Corey Kluber, it's scary. It is really scary.
He's a roboto.
Scary. Scary, no feelings. There was a clip where their pitching coach came out, Matt Blake, he came out and he, tapped Corey Kluber on the chest. He's like, good job. And Corey Kluber just walked out. Just nothing. I don't think he speaks, honestly. He may be mute. That could be the thing.
Huh.
And
I don't like that. I don't like a guy with no personality.
Nor do I, and the Yankees have 2.
Yeah.
But DJ's allowed to have no personality because he throws in fat fucking wads. So that's his personality. It's fat wads and a fat wagon.
Yeah, big wagon, big hammers. That's about it.
DJ is first team all wagon and first team all hammers. Honestly, we've talked about this before, the fact that you look at DJ and you're like, somebody that's never seen DJ LeMahieu before, you're like, ding dong. Yeah, ding dong.
3-run double.
Even better. Yeah, that sucker's over. You might as well turn that over.
Yeah, it's 8-4, and then another 9-4. Yeah, it's that. It's.
I guess the late update. Oh, I get it right there. There you have it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 9-4.
Yeah, but what was I talking about?
Mets have the day off today.
Yeah, Yankees had it off yesterday. Oh, but back to Big Boy Voit being hurt. That has enabled your boy Jay Bruce to come in.
Oh, I know. I'm a big Jay Bruce fan. So Jay Bruce, obviously, most of you know, played for the Mets, and he played right field right in front of my season tickets. I had tickets in the Coca-Cola corner, and I gave him I chatted him up a little bit. I went to a Yankees Indians game when he was on first base.
Yeah, that was when he was in Cleveland at that time.
Yeah, I was talking to him. I said, "Hey, my season tickets were right behind you." He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He gave a nice
smile.
Grin back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he's a good guy. I'll always fucking hate him because when I went to the Indians-Yankees playoff game, you're good if you have a whole entire team chanting Jay Bruce sucks. A whole entire stadium, chanting Jay Bruce sucks. So, he was killing the Yankees that series, too. It's like, what the fuck's your problem? Go back to batting 240, that's what he was during the season. But anyway, he's been playing first because Voigt's been hurt. And as Tyler said, he was playing right field on the Mets, and that's where he played his whole entire career.
He played first base for the Mets too.
Dude has played 1,570 games and 60 at first base.
Yeah.
So
and probably 30 of those are for the Mets, honestly.
Absolute liability at first base. So between him and Glaber, it's the worst duo that you could think of. Glaber, honestly, is the worst defensive shortstop that you could fucking draw off. But no, get rid of Didi. It was fine. He's a shortstop to begin with, right? So fuck Didi, right?
He's been killing the Nats.
He kills everybody because he's good. Yeah, but no. Glaber just... Oh, that's why they lost that Orioles game. Was because 2 outs. 2 outs. There was a man on third because I can't remember how he got on. I think he walked and then... Oh, no, it was extra innings. So then he bunted him to third. And then there were 2 outs. Grounder up to...
Oh, because you started with the man on second.
Yeah.
That's
Grounder
right.
to the Glaber. And fucking dude just, does the... And throws it. Fucking eats dirt. Jay Bruce could have had it. But at the same time, like, you're starting shortstop. Like, make a throw, maybe? So they
was he late on the throw too? Like, did the throw come in a little late?
He had to hurry it because he pump faked twice. So Bull eats dirt, short hops him by a ton. Like, let's say
Were they in Baltimore?
No, they were in New York.
Oh, okay.
They should have won that game. That was the game that they got hit when they out hit him 13-3. So, rides up on Jay Bruce, who but most, I would say 99% of first basemen that have played first make that play, but at the same time, like, just make the fucking throw. So, sure. Glaber has not been doing well. My boy Aaron Hicks has not been doing well either. But he had a 2-run ding-dong. He always kills the Rays, though. So,
I feel like whenever I see someone hit a home run on the Yankees, like if I'm watching, it's always Aaron Hicks. Like he's always hitting, especially a late inning home run. Like he's a big.
Well, when we were at the Hamptons, he hit that tying ding dong in the 9th with like 2 outs, and then he did it the next day.
Yep. I remember, that's why I had that perception of like those late home runs.
He's clutch as fuck. He also he hit the one off Edwin Diaz, the walk.
Yeah, the walk off. I know.
When they came back. So, yeah, I love Aaron Hicks. He's my guy. I was at the game where he hit that clapper off Verlander off the foul pole. Oh, and it's funny because for the longest time, that was the last game that was played at Yankee Stadium. Their fans.
By the way, I meant to tell you this because we used to talk about this all the time. So when the Mets were playing the Yankees, Didi cranked a homer against Stroman.
Did he?
Yeah.
The Phillies, you mean?
What did I say?
The Yankees.
Oh, sorry. When the Phillies, when the Mets were playing the Phils, he hit a home run, and they were like,
right?
"That's his 121st home run, and none of them have gone opposite field."
Didn't it go center though? Oh yeah.
No, he still has no home runs in the opposite field. It's crazy.
That's why he did so well in New York because they had the short porch.
They had the short porch, exactly. I know.
He does not go off, but Didi just chokes up on the bat. Basically to the point where his hand's on the barrel and just uppercuts the back pitch. Just uppercuts it. Speaking of people that are doing well and people that aren't doing well, Gary Sanchez is the fat fuck is not so fat anymore, and he looks great. He looks, defensively he's still shaky, but that's all right. Because he's really putting up numbers in the batter's box, and it's like mind-blowing because, last year Gary Sanchez batted like a nice 150, probably had like 1 single, and the rest of his at-bats were home runs the times that he got on.
Yeah.
But, he's getting on with singles. He's having really good at-bats. He's looking good. His hair's longer, so that really could also factor in.
Does he look like Arsene Chino now?
No.
Maybe they're following each other's footsteps.
No, it's like long.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's long. It's
really?
like hanging out the back, yeah.
Because I thought he gets like a little bit of a fro, but...
Yeah, no, he lost some weight. He looks good. He really does look good. And, I'm probably one of the biggest Gary haters ever because, as I said before, I wasn't really a Yankee fan when his rookie year came around. So, like, once that whole entire Gary hype hit with him and Greg Bird, I hopped on. So I never really saw Gary at his best. Mm-hmm. I just saw Gary at his real worst. So, when you get a guy that bats fucking like 1 for 28 in a playoff series, you really just can't stand him. And it's... Yeah, but, all right. Little intermission again, but we're back. I was talking about Gary, but I don't know if this got recorded or not, but by all means, I would love to be wrong, It's a lot easier to be wrong, like right than wrong when you're telling, like, guessing if somebody's going to be bad or not. Mm-hmm. And by all means, I would love to be wrong about Gary Sanchez. And, he's proven me wrong right now. But, I guess that's good for the Yankees organization not giving up on him when like I would have, and I think probably 90% of the baseball world would have as well.
Yeah.
So
I thought he was for sure done. I genuinely thought.
Same with me, because Kyle Higashioka is a fucking great backup catcher, dude. Great batter, much better defensively. Than Gary.
Except Gary's got an absolute fucking cannon.
He does have a cannon. Yeah, he does.
Absolute cannon.
Yeah. And then Kyle actually grew up. I think it was in high school. He was Garrett Cole's catcher, or maybe on one of the travel teams. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Him, Aaron Hicks, and Garrett Cole all went to the same.
You know, DeGrom was never a pitcher till he went to college.
Yeah, I knew that. Wasn't he shortstop?
Shortstop. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But as you were saying, the fact that the only time you'd see Gary Sanchez last year get on base was
a home run or a fucking. If he got hit by a pitch, walked or something like that, but it was either homers or strikes out, honestly, or like maybe he'll get like a ground out, but it's not like a contact.
Ground out was lucky.
Yeah,
we'd really be pushing there. We'd really be pushing.
I remember because when I was watching the Yankees with you guys, because this was all pre-COVID and everything, we were watching the games all the time with each other, and you guys always had the Yankees games on. And when I would watch, I would just only see that guy get a home run, and I think it took me like 2 years. Until I fucking finally saw that guy actually like get I think he hit like a double or something. I was like, no way. Like, how often do you see that?
Yeah, his strikeout percentage.
Oh my god,
36%.
That's more than once every 3 times I bat. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He always strikes out a lot, but even his best year, which was 2019.
Yeah.
He had a 28% strikeout rate.
That's
in
high
2017, it was 22.5. Almost 23.
That nice 50 bomb. How many plate appearances did he have? 2?
Yeah. What is this?
No, all the way up top, he's got 2 plate appearances with 1 strikeout. So
not bad.
Not bad,
Gary. Yeah, but Gary has a tendency to just only hit home runs, and that's the only way how he's going to get on. And that's honestly the problem with the Yankees in general. And that's my biggest gripe with them, and that's why I don't know. I just feel like every single time they have these hot streaks, they could fucking kill the Orioles, put up like 40 home runs in like a 4-game series against them, like awesome. But then you play a good pitching team in the playoffs, and then you're dependent. That home run ball that you're so dependent on is just gone, and. That my biggest fear with the Yankees is just the fact that they're never going to be able to win one because they just have too many home run hitters and not enough contact guys. And it's kind of crazy the fact that if they let DJ go, holy shit, would they have been fucked.
I saw it. Actually, they showed a statistic during the Mets game that the best batting averages since 2016, DJ is number 2 or 3, Jeff McNeil's number 1.
How many plate appearances, though? He probably had a lot
minimum of 1,000.
Oh, really?
Minimum of 1,000.
Was he on the Mets always in LA?
Yeah.
Like Coleman.
Yeah, right. So it was they were all close, too. It wasn't like he blew him out. I think it was McNeil, Trout, LeMahieu, I think was the top 3.
Yeah, no, DJ is literally just like the most, consistent hitter that they got. And then it's probably Urshela and then Glaber. So, and then everybody else, you can make the argument that if Aaron Hicks is on a good day, Aaron Hicks is more of a walker than anything. So, but
that's good. Take that on.
Oh no, I love it.
A walk is if no one's on, a walk is a single.
I know.
It's the same thing.
Walk's
a single.
That's another thing that the Yankees do. Actually, you know what? That's why. It may
Nimmo's on base percentage right now is unbelievable. The guy gets a hit or he gets a walk. He barely gets out. But that's what you need. You just need to get players on base and trust your other guys to get hits.
Yeah, his hit is on base percentage probably. Even the Yankees, they're never going to kill a box score in hits. But it's always because they always have so many walks.
And now the Mets are the opposite, where they will.
Clint Frazier also very good contact.
He's good. No, I have noticed that because remember they talked about that, Clint going somewhere.
Yeah, he's batting well for a while.
But the Mets have the opposite problem. Our box score, you looked at our hits, you'd be very surprised why we lose games. We'll kill the box score in hits, but we just don't hit when it matters. You know, we'll get like a hit an inning at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you just can't string them together.
See, that's how it is for the Yankees, but instead of like that hit that pops up in the box score, it's a walk. So the Yankees still can hit either when they need to hit, but you know, that's their main problem. It's just the fact that there's so many guys that just disappear when it comes to the playoffs. And like I was saying, when they played the Astros in 2019, Gary, oh my God, Gary probably had like one hit if he was lucky in that series. Edwin Encarnacion, I don't think had a hit. Maybe Gardner had two. The next, I think Didi had the third or fourth best batting average on the team, and he was like 237. That's like how good. That's how bad their batting was in that series, and they still went 6, and they almost went 7. So, you know, their bats just go away because they're so dependent on the home run ball.
But then, but like once you get dependent on the home run ball like that, like like when you go up to the plate, like you're expecting to hit a home run. You know,
yeah,
like these guys are swinging for home runs instead of just trying to get a hit.
Like every single time I see
mean?
that whenever the Yanks, you know, they're having the good inning, it's like, oh please. I'm not going to complain for, you know, a 3-run shot, but I'm also not going to complain if you get a nice base hit.
Yeah, and then get one
I would love to know how many doubles they have this year. I wonder if I can find that. I'm telling you, maybe it's like fucking 3, and that's one of them today.
Yeah. Wait, Stan had a single.
Oh, was it a single?
Yeah, it was a single.
Oh, it was a 2-run shot. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
They may not even have double.
Mets, Dom Smith's a big double hitter. Nimmo had 2 doubles yesterday.
And Duhar used that. He led the league in doubles the year that he did well.
And Dom Smith, I think, led last year in doubles.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to pop up. I really don't.
If you can look, you can probably see you can probably count, like, just see how many doubles that each person has once it pops up.
Yeah, that is true. If this would load.
Yeah.
1, 2. Oh, they have more than I thought.
It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 doubles. All right, I mean, that's not as bad as.
But how many home runs? They got a lot more home runs than doubles. 2, 4. Oh, maybe they don't. No, they don't.
They have 7 home runs.
It's just dependent on fucking Jay Bruce when you already.
He did. Look at that. Look at him go.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8.
Yep, 7.
Aaron Hicks.
Dude, VR on the Mets almost hit for the cycle in the game that they
Jonathan VR hit for the cycle against the Yankees.
Did he?
He was on Baltimore.
Yeah, he almost hit for the cycle.
I think we were down in Manasquan.
He went in order. He went single, double, triple, and then he didn't get the home run.
Yeah, I didn't know they had VR either.
Yeah,
I guess they're big Orioles guys, honestly.
Yeah, I guess so. Right.
VR was good though. He was always good. He's also he's got a little meat on him too, man.
He's meat, boy. Yeah.
Meaty team,
Mets got some meat.
Mets got some meat.
The meats.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that in the slightest bit.
We could talk about meat, or we could talk about. Yeah, we could talk about the man on second roll if you
want. Yeah, no, just because that's been kind of plaguing the Yankees their first few series. They lost to the Orioles in extras, then they lost to the Blue Jays in extras because, you know, they can complain as much as they want about, you know, the fact that it's stupid having a guy start on second, which I think it is too, but
don't change the game. Don't change the game, man. Like, it's been the same game forever.
Yeah.
You know, it made sense last year when you wanted, last year, but, like, now you're playing a 162-game season, and, you know, like, fans are there now. You know what I mean? So just get that fucking man.
Yeah, get that shit out of here. I don't like it, but at the same time, Yankee fans were going crazy, like blah blah, like oh this is so bullshit, and it's like it's the same argument that you guys fucking make when it comes to
because listen, a good single, like an opposite field single,
it scores somebody.
Yeah,
it's almost the same argument when somebody's like, oh, you know, short porch home run doesn't count. And then the Yankee fans are like, you know, you're batting there too. Like, why can't you hit it? It's like, true. You have a guy in second, you can hit him home. When they played the Blue Jays, 3 horrible at bats. I think Aaron Hicks struck out 3 pitches. Glaber struck out 3 pitches, and I don't even think fucking Mike swung at one. I don't even think. I think he went down 3 pitches and didn't swing at one of them.
I can't stand that. At least strike out swinging. At least suck at swinging. and let me know you suck instead.
Or maybe he might have swung one when it was at his jaw. Other than that, the Yanks love their high fastballs out of the sun.
Any big guy that hits home runs likes a high fastball.
Yeah, but it's a really stupid rule, and they put that instead of the universal DH, which they're gonna make the argument don't change the game. But like, who the fuck wants to watch a hitter?
Word on the street is that next season it's going to be which sucks, because like a season like this, hopefully, we have the same team together next year for the Mets. But you have two guys in the same position that can't play the same position at the same time, of course. And they're not both outfielders; they're both first basemen that can both hit the fucking ball. And you gotta sit an outfielder and put a guy out there that doesn't play outfield. When you could have one play first base and one just hit.
Yeah, it's really mind blowing that fact. And that, like, who the fuck wants to watch a John Lester bat?
Best batting average on the team right now is Jacob deGrom. So.
Yeah, I mean, John Lester also has like a career like .040. Maybe I'm giving him. I think it's .29 actually. I could be wrong.
Well, John Lester.
John Lester. I mean. Where the fuck was he? He was A's and then Red Sox and then Cubbies. I think.
The Cubbies. He's been on Cubbies for a while.
Yeah, he signed back with them. Where are we? Come on, load. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's just pitching.
They're definitely not.
Advanced batting. Career.
He's gonna 158 on the career.
Where is he?
Go back.
Oh, this is regular batting.
I was looking at advanced batting, I guess. I don't know.
I just want to see batting average.
Look, scroll down to advanced batting average.
I don't.
Oh, maybe that's an on-base. I have no clue.
What the fuck is this batting average? How fucking hard is it?
Let me see if I can find this. But yeah, no. Your point exactly. Who the fuck wants to see John Lester? Bat. You're not wrong.
Well, you have another guy that is going to get better. For a sport that's so worried about keeping people excited and entertained, the worst way to kill a fucking rally and getting runs is throwing a guy that doesn't know how to swing the bat up there. Like, that's the worst thing that you could do.
Yeah.
Like, why? Who would want that? Why? So you can see them bunt and then get out? Especially when there's two outs. Like, you're not getting a run.
Yeah, it's stupid. I'm so against the...
His career batting average... Oh, sorry. It's 107.
107.
I was disrespecting him.
Yeah, that's better than I thought, though.
It is.
Who would have thought?
He's actually coming on. When he actually went to the Cubbies, he's transitioned a lot better. It was .065, then 102, 148, 119, and 188. He batted better than Gary last year. Can you believe that? A fucking pitcher. Gary batted like 160, I think.
That's unbelievable.
I think actually the last year's, including his Gary batting average, 147 last year. Yeah. He's batting 278 right now, though.
He's batting better than me in my high school career, I'll tell you that.
I'm curious. I want to see postseason hitting. Postseason batting. 2019 ALCS. 130. 130. And then against Minnesota, 125. Wow. 200. 192 in the ALCS in 2017. 174. Gary Fat Boy goes away big time. Huh. Big time. And, I live for clutch guys. That's the best thing that you do. And, most of those clutch guys also tend to have mustaches. So, if we want to get into, best mustaches of all time.
Yes. I am a mustache man. I rock a mustache when I can.
You do. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that you'd show up today because then I'd put you in my top 3 for, best mustaches in the sports world.
I was thinking of it. I don't think it's long enough right now to get her going. But I promise you, next time I shave that mustache will be there. But yeah, dude, no one loves anything in this world like I love a good mustache.
Exactly. It kind of just brings so much excitement. It's like you think about it. Like Gardner Minshew is one of my favorite mustaches.
All these guys wear all these accessories for sports, but the best accessory you can wear is a nice mustache.
Exactly. Like Gardner Minshew, bam, like what was he, like a 6th round pick or something?
Mustache.
Guy starting on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who gives a shit? Guy shows up with like mullet, headband, goatee, fat mustache, and jean shorts. and jean shorts. The hype around him was insane.
What a guy!
It really just adds to the situation. Drew Timmy, guy for Gonzaga. Good guy, white guy. You don't see it a lot in college basketball. Also has a fat mustache and goatee. Now takes him from here all the way to there. So,
it's almost
big.
like a performance-enhancing drug, to be honest.
It really,
but it's not against the rules.
Is.
It's not against the rules. Like that. Whenever I see somebody with a mustache come up to play anything, like I just automatically think that they're better.
You're not. Also, you're not.
You don't look at that guy and you're like, yo, he sucks. Like
you're not gonna suck if you have a mustache because you're taking too big of a chance.
Yeah.
Because first off, now you don't look as good as you really could, and you stand out a ton. But if you're fucking, packing wads and ripping grand salamis with a fat caterpillar above your lip, like
yeah.
Everybody's gonna be like, "This guy's the man."
Yeah. No, that brings me to my elite mustache group. Jason Giambi is a mustache I remember growing up. I remember watching the Subway Series, Mets vs. Yankees, be sitting in my basement on my fucking non-flat screen TV, the one that was like 2 feet, like
the boxes.
Oh my god,
I loved my box.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Then I just see Jason Giambi come up with that big fat mustache, and I'd just be like, "This guy's good." Like, this guy is good. I'd be scared.
He was getting helped out a little bit, but whatever.
Hey,
it happens.
Hey, maybe the steroids. It was just precautionary. The mustache was the steroids.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And a guy that's, for me, rocks a nice mustache. A lot younger than Jason Giambi. Hopefully isn't doing the same drugs that Jason Giambi was doing. But Ty Smith, the Devils for the defenseman. The defenseman for the Devils. Young kid, 20 years old. I think he just turned 21.
Just turned 21.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did.
It kind of blows my mind because I think that he has the mustache because it's like, fuck yeah, I have a mustache.
I think it's because he's just an absolute goober.
I think he's so awkward and such a goober that I think that he has the mustache because they're good Canadian boy.
And listen, this is the only
getting my facial hair for the first time. Might as well keep it going.
Yeah.
Having a good rookie year with the boys. Might as well keep her going.
Out for a rip with the stash.
Yeah, but he's got a thin caterpillar on above his lip.
Hey, listen, you can't beggars can't be choosers. You got a mustache and you rock what you got.
Especially he was 20, sorry, and then he just turned 21. Like I couldn't grow facial hair for a while. The only thing I grew was this.
Get a mustache going right now.
Now I have a mustache going.
Yeah,
this is like 2 weeks in.
Yeah? I'm like about hitting a week right now.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy thinking like facial hair really makes your weeks go by quicker. Because then you think back and you're like, holy fuck, I've had this going for that long? I gotta shave it. And then next thing you know, 2 weeks later, you're like, holy shit, I gotta shave again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ty Smith, he's got a nice one. Honestly, I can't wait for Jack to be able to grow facial hair. He's got a little neck beard
Jack's
going
mustache would look like someone took like mascara in his sleep and like just fucking drew it on his. Honestly, that would be pretty funny if someone did.
Yeah, we gotta tell Ty to do that then. Ty's also Jack's roommate, so.
Yeah. All right, Ty Smith, if you're listening, we like your mustache. We need you to help our friend out here. Help your friend, help our friend. All our friends. Help him out. Give him
some more hoochie lady stuff.
Oh, yeah. Get him a hoochie mama. Actually, don't. Don't.
Yeah, he was, I don't know if you remember right when Jack got drafted by the Devils.
Is it Dixie or Addison?
No. That was later on.
Right.
But there was like a video circulating of Jack. He was at like a festival.
Oh yeah,
and he was on top of the platform.
The show
and there's these fucking girls at the bottom, and he's just like, yo, come on. It was so funny. Oh my god. And everybody's like, oh my god. It's like, dude, he's 17 years old and he's horny. Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
let him rock. Come on.
Bring out the box stick, horny stick. And then he's good. He's good.
Listen, I'll take it. Jack, if you're listening to me, no hoochie mamas. They ruin careers. That's all I'm saying. Everyone gets a hoochie mama and starts playing bad. Just wait till we win a cup.
No white women, all right? No white women.
No white women till we win a cup. Yes. Okay? Or until you retire.
Either you gotta marry her, no dating. Either marry or done. Look at PK. I'm just sorry. I'm going to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Norris Trophy winner, fucking awesome in Nashville, dates a white woman who also, this same white woman, dated Tiger Woods. And what happened to Tiger Woods? Took a shitter for a while.
Yeah.
Then PK, one of the worst defensemen contract-wise, he's doing a lot better now that he dumped her. So, curse of the white woman. Just stay away. Bad juju.
And this is not something we've made up. Like this is just
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Just look at it. Just look at the.
Didn't Chris Humphries have like a good career before, like a decent career?
Chris Humphries was also a white boy.
He's half. I'm pretty sure.
He's a lot more white than he is.
All right. Well, besides the point.
He looks like a superhero. If anything, he's got a fat head.
You got.
He also dated a Kardashian. That's just.
Oh, that's guaranteed.
Regardless,
that's a lock.
you could be the whitest of white boys in the world, and you could be like,
That's a lock for a bad time.
You could be like coder, programmer, and be as white as could be, skinny as could be, and if you date a Kardashian, you're still going downhill. It doesn't matter. Look what happened to Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kanye was always, a little wild. But when you date Kim K and, you start tweeting about how...
And Armando Badonk.
When you start tweeting about how her kid's going to have to fucking see her porn video, you're just...
Oh, how about that? When he was like, I don't fuck with that bitch Stormy. That was fucking...
Did he say that?
Yeah, he tweeted that out. He's like, I don't fuck with that bitch Stormy.
Oh, that's Travis Scott's kid.
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time he dropped music?
A good music. Right?
We were going into college. We were going into college.
Yeah. Astroworld.
We're juniors.
Jack Boys was not a good album.
That wasn't even his own album though.
No, it's a studio album.
Yeah, exactly. So, curse of the white woman. Just stay away, man. Juice died. Sorry, throw it out there.
She's not white.
She's like Asian.
No, she's not. She is not. I think she's like half black.
I thought she's white.
No, man.
No.
I'll tell you right now. I don't think she is white.
Definitely white. Look at that.
I don't think she's...
Yes!
I don't think she's full white.
Nah, she's definitely not full white. But, I mean, you look at her, you're like, that's a white girl.
Hold on. Let me just add a white question mark.
Get into...
What ethnicity is Ali Lottie?
She's Puerto
Black
Rican.
and Puerto Rican. She's not white at all, actually. Look at that.
I guess Juice did it to himself.
All right, we're sorry, Ali. Carry on.
Maybe you should have kept Man of the Year on, jerk.
Yeah.
Speaking of hoochie ladies, one of our associates in the sports media world, Paul Pierce, got into it with some hoochies.
Hoochie lady of the week.
Hoochie ladies of the week. I don't know, for those... I promise you that we talk about basketball, and here we go. We're talking about some basketball. Paul Pierce, I don't know if anybody saw. Obviously, you did. He got fired from ESPN because over the weekend, last weekend, he live streamed himself in his house with two strippers, smoking a blunt.
Couple of L's,
Whatever. What are you gonna do, man? I think the whole entire world enjoyed it. I guess ESPN didn't. I guess they would rather, Stephen A. scream and be a jerk about everything and not talk about hockey and baseball than Paul Pierce, I guess, The guy's had a tough life. He pooped himself, had a wheelchair brought out for him, came back, then gets fired from ESPN, gets destroyed from Dwayne Wade because he was saying that he was better than D Wade, and then the whole entire fucking world was
like, you're
like,
insane.
What are you saying? He's had a tough life, and then hey, I'm gonna smoke a blunt, get two strippers over in my very nice mansion, and guess what? My employer decides, hey, you know what? Can't have strippers. Says who? Who
Sue
cares?
me.
Who cares?
Were you going to fire me from the podcast if I bring over two hoochie ladies? No, that's what
that would be cool. Next, maybe
we'll have a couple strippers for the next podcast.
Yeah, maybe and we'll see if our upper management is going to fire us,
which
is ourselves, so we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. Poor Paul Pierce. Tough life, really. He's probably not even going to get into the Hall of Fame either. But that's kind of just, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot worse things that are said on ESPN that are swept under the rug rather than some guy that is live streaming himself in his own home.
And I'm pretty
Not
sure,
causing a problem.
Where he's at, I'm sure weed's legal too.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
And who cares even?
Tell me this: if he was drinking like a glass of wine, would he have gotten in trouble? Because like that's legal.
I
too.
think it's the strippers, probably.
I mean, you can make the argument for the strippers. I mean, like you're a stick in the mud because everyone loves strippers. But
I'm not saying I don't.
No,
I'm saying that's
I
probably
know.
what got
No, I'm saying
fired.
you're a stick in the mud if like you can't tell me that upper management guy is just like, what? I hate strippers.
I mean, he's probably done his fair fucking share because anybody in a high position just does illegal things and hangs out with strippers.
Yeah.
So, reap what you sow, damn it.
True. Very true.
Fucking haters.
Well, this was productive.
Guys just having a good time.
This was a good time.
What are you going to do? I also have on here, just last second thought.
Oh,
I thought I'd throw it in. Astros, fucking big winners of COVID, if anybody won COVID besides, the billionaires. The Astros did because, they didn't have to deal with fans. Mm-hmm. They're coming around this year a little bit. And May 4th, the Yankees play in the Bronx against the Astros. So, gotta call up the associates.
It's Star Wars Day. May the 4th.
Shit, it is. It is.
It's a big deal.
Oh, yeah. Whatever it's called. Bad Batch comes out then. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's going to be a party. Also, another thing is the fact that have the Mets played a night game yet? Start time 7 o'clock.
Yeah, well, the first three against... Oh, no, sorry. The first two against the Phillies were a night game.
Yeah, the Yankees still haven't. They played 6, 1, like 1, another 1 o'clock game, 6 o'clock.
The Mets played...
Now they're playing 4.
We haven't played a 1 o'clock game yet, actually.
Yeah, can't.
No, that's a lie. Yesterday was a 1 o'clock game.
Cannot get a break, which is annoying. It's truly frustrating because it doesn't feel like, I just want to watch the game in the Bronx where it's dark and, get to see your good old Orthodox buddies running around and see everybody having a good time and getting loud and obnoxious, and that's all about the Bronx, baby. But if it's not nighttime, then...
The Bronx, baby!
Other than that, I think that really wraps it up.
We'll talk about some bets we can if you want.
Oh, yeah. We'll throw in our quick, bet of the week. Mine's more, it's kind of tough right now because, there's no consistent games on weekly. The only game really is...
I'll tell you this. Always
hockey and baseball. And I don't know when this is going to go up. Hopefully very soon. Hopefully, next day or something like that.
We'd like to get it on by tonight or tomorrow morning.
So
right now it is April 9th. We hope to have it by April 10th.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking at some hockey games for tomorrow, if you want to take a peek, these are them.
Well, I was just going to throw, a nice...
2 p.m.
You're lucky that we're not making you pay for these, because most people do.
If you want to pay us, you can.
I've actually been down horrible in betting. I really don't bet all too much. I kind of just throw out a little NHL parlay. Hits like 50% of the time. I've been down a little bit, so I stopped betting. And then I made $30 because I bet on Baylor to win, like, a month ago when this tournament started. So turned from nice 5 to 30. So that was nice. So I'm trying to get back into the swing of the betting thing.
Plus 600. That's good.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is I'm not gonna do a nice matchup. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I think Vegas is plus 750 to win the cup, and I really think it's their year. I think they're deep, and they have such a big team and physicality. It's the biggest thing when it comes to the playoffs. Like, just look at every single team that has won over the last how many so years. Dating all the way back to when the Kings beat the Devils. They're big, ferocious teams that just know how to bite their way through. The only team maybe you can make that argument not so much was the Blackhawks because they had so much skill.
Yeah.
But St. Louis, massive. Tampa Bay is skill and they're big. And Vegas is a skill, very good goaltending, very good defense, very big team. And I think I think plus 750. I think there's like 3 other teams that are favored better than them, and I think that's kind of crazy. So that is my bet of the week. More like bet of the month, as in 2 months, maybe 3. But I'll come back whenever we have another one.
I'm gonna tell you this. Tomorrow there's no Devils game. I know, I don't like to bet on the Devils often, but I'm a big fan of the plus 1.5 on Devils games. Like, I feel like I don't really see them lose by more than 1 goal, to be honest.
Also, their opponents never lose. If they're going to beat their opponents, it's always going to be a 1-goal game.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
So, plus 1.5 for Devils always. Great bet, in my opinion. I'm looking at these hockey games tomorrow. I don't really see anything that I really like all too much.
I'm going to come back with a lock of the week, actually. Can I say that?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you want to look at baseball, actually.
Yeah, I can look at baseball. I can do both. Well, listen, I have kind of like a style to a good parlay. Doesn't work all the time. Doesn't work that often. Once again, it is a parlay. If you want to win some big money and take that risk, always go for heavy. If you're legally able to bet, go on FanDuel, make a big parlay of heavy favorites, and then pick like one game where you can either pick an underdog that you think is going to win that you're confident in, or you can pick like a smaller, like minus 110, like something pretty even. It'll boost the odds up big time, and obviously the more legs you add, the better. But you can get like a good, honestly, you can get like a really freaking good, value.
See, for me, the reason why I don't like doing bets ahead of time is because
you never
anything
know.
Can change.
Yeah, you never know.
Right now, I would love to say, the Sharks play the Kings, and the Sharks are actually all right. Flames are horrible. I could see Edmonton beating them, but I don't know who their goaltenders are going to be, so it's tough. But with that being said, the Panthers at the Stars, I feel like Florida's the top 3 team in the Central, and they're probably, since they're away, they're probably going to be like minus 115, somewhere around there.
I can tell you that right
so,
now, actually. That's
minus 120. Yeah.
Panthers at Stars.
It's probably... You're going to have to go on ESPN if you want to see lines.
Okay.
For tomorrow. But I would say Panthers at Stars, and if you want another one...
Minus 110, so they're
exactly.
Basically...
So, minus 110 for a team that's much better than Dallas, I feel,
good odds.
You should take that one. That is...
They have like 18... Lock. They got 18 more points than the Stars, too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good bet. I like that one. That's a very good bet. Nothing else really. I mean, it's not very good odds. You have minus 340 Toronto at home against the Senators. That's a lock if you want to throw a parlay in. That's my lock.
Honestly, if you want another one, Columbus and the Blackhawks, they're like both. Columbus is probably like minus 110.
Minus 110 at home.
Yeah. Columbus is just so inconsistent. They suck. It really depends who they're going to trade and who they're not going to trade.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the Blackhawks are good either. So that's really a toss-up between 2 garbage teams that their record says they're a lot better than they actually are. They're just in a soft division. But yeah, Panthers, Stars. I'm not sure the goaltending matchup for the Blackhawks and the Blue Jackets. But if you got a bet or anything like that.
No, I give you my little method for a parlay. And that's about it.
Yeah, I really like the 3-team parlay. That's what I do. I don't go anything crazy. I really just...
Teasers are fun, too, if you ever want to look at a teaser.
I usually just throw money on a game just so I have something to watch, because being at home during college has, been boring. So I have nothing to do. So I just throw a little money on a game, and it gives me something to do. So, I always throw $5 down. So keep them... You don't want to start throwing a lot of money down. $5 is more than enough.
That's his unit.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have any gambling problems.
So what
somebody.
What we'll say is we'll keep it in units because everyone's got different units. If you have funny money to play with, then have fun. But so Flem is saying put 1 unit down on these. So
least amount of money as you can. But don't do like $1 because then it's fun.
All right, so whatever your unit is, put 1 unit down.
Yes.
Whether that
be unit.
5 to 100, who cares? I don't know what your unit is.
Yes.
Put 1 unit down.
Yes.
Yep.
Agreed. Other than that, I feel like that about wraps us up.
Yeah.
I
think this was productive. I think this was a great outing.
Very, very great outing. Probably could not have gone better. Just the fact
minus the couple intermissions.
Intermissions. Possibly one right and a second. Depends. We'll see.
Yeah.
But No, it was really just, honestly, it's kind of like golf. Just good to get out on the green and just be able to, sit in my shed and be able to talk about sports because we've been putting it off for so long that it's nice that...
Look at fucking Bill Gates. Like, Microsoft started in Derek's shed. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true.
Microsoft started in Derek's shed. So hopefully you guys get us there.
Yeah, hopefully.
That
or, we get some listeners, that just, we change their day or, we give them something to listen to in the car while they're driving. That also works too. But other than that, next week we'll probably... I'm feeling a little bit of Jets and Giants fucking draft.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling.
Draft talk?
Yeah, that's really what I'm feeling.
Some shtick talk. All right.
Because, Also, you know what? We could... It's going to be the NHL trade deadline. By Monday, so
listen, we'll keep it depending on how the news goes. Whatever has the bigger news, we'll keep that sport in mind.
Should we flip a coin? I honestly, come to think of it, I think we should actually do hockey next week.
All right, we'll do hockey next week, and then we'll talk about the draft in the beginning of the podcast.
Wait, give me a second. Don't leave, everybody. Let me see. This is probably gonna get. All right, April 29th is the draft. Yeah, no, we're gonna talk hockey tomorrow, definitely.
All right, let's go Devils.
All right, everybody, let's go Devils. Let's go Yanks. Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets.
That's really about it.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you. Appreciate
it. Well, somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend that I had in February of last year.